7 dark truths that will make you dangerous.
The world is not what they taught you in school. They spoke of fairness, of merit, and of the inevitable triumph of the good. But as you grew, you felt it, didn't you? That subtle friction between what you were told and what you saw. You saw the loud-mouthed charlatan take the promotion. You saw the quiet, honest worker forgotten in the shadows. You saw loyalty repaid with betrayal and kindness mistaken for weakness. Welcome to Cognigma. I am John. Today we are tearing down the veil. We are not here to discuss ethics as they should be. We are here to master them as they are. We are going to explore 7 dark truths about human nature, not to turn you into a villain, but to ensure you are never again a victim. These truths will make you dangerous, and in a world of predators, being dangerous is the only way to be safe. Truth 1. The law of strategic absence, the ghost anchor. The concept. Most people live in a state of chronic overavailability. They believe that being present is their greatest asset. They respond to messages in seconds. They stay at the party until the lights come on. They are the first to arrive and the last to leave. They think this shows commitment. In reality, it signals low value. In economics, price is determined by scarcity. In psychology, respect is determined by the same. The more you are seen, the more you become background noise. Your presence loses its edge. Your words lose their weight. You become a predictable commodity. The dark mechanism. The human brain is wired to ignore what is constant. We don't feel the air against our skin until the wind blows. We don't appreciate the sun until the clouds gather. When you are always there, you are like the air, essential perhaps, but entirely ignored. Execution. The ghost anchor. To master this truth, you must learn the art of the ghost anchor. This is the deliberate act of withdrawing your presence precisely when it is most desired. Imagine you are in a high-stakes negotiation or a social gathering where you are the center of attention. The energy is high. People are hanging on your words. Most people would ride that wave until it crashes. They stay until they have nothing left to say, and the conversation withers. They leave a memory of the person who stayed too long. You will do the opposite. You will vanish at the peak. When the laughter is loudest, when the interest is highest, you make a graceful but firm exit. You don't give a long explanation. A simple, "It's been a pleasure, but I must go," is enough. The result? Because you left at the peak, their memory of you is frozen at that high energy point. You have anchored your image to their excitement. For the rest of the night, your absence will be louder than anyone else's presence. They will spend their mental energy wondering why you left and where you are. You have traded 30 minutes of staying for hours of their focused attention. You have become a rare resource. Truth. 2. The contrast effect, mastering the cognitive itch. The concept. The human eye is not designed to see objects. It is designed to see differences. If you put a gray square on a gray background, it is invisible. Put that same square on a black background, and it pops. This is the contrast effect. Most people suffer from the blending disease. They look at the trends, they listen to the popular slang, and they mimic the behavior of the crowd. They think that by fitting in, they are safe. They are wrong. By fitting in, they are deleted from the conscious mind of everyone they meet. The dark mechanism. When you blend in, the brain uses predictive processing to categorize you. It says, "Oh, another person in a hoodie talking about crypto. I know this pattern. I don't need to pay attention." The brain shuts off to save energy. To be dangerous, you must create a cognitive itch. You must be the anomaly that the brain cannot easily categorize. The execution. Look at the environment you are entering. If the room is loud, chaotic, and filled with people trying to outshout each other, be the silence. Don't speak. Watch, move slowly. Your stillness amidst their chaos creates an immediate power vacuum. If you are in a world of fast fashion and fleeting trends, be the person in the classic timeless attire. In a world of digital noise and instant oversharing, be the person who says nothing about their personal life.
I'm okay.
The result: because they cannot box you, they cannot dismiss you. Their brain stays on when they are around you. This creates a subconscious perception of higher status.
I just needed to
People
know
don't
you
lead the
were
crowd.
here.
They stand apart from it. By being the contrast, you occupy the high ground before you even open your mouth. Truth. 3. Whisper power, dominance through volume control. The concept: there's a profound insecurity in volume. When someone shouts, they are begging for attention. They are essentially saying, "I'm afraid you won't listen to me if I speak normally." Shouting is the weapon of the desperate. The most dangerous person in the room is often the one who speaks the softest. Why? Because it signals that they are so confident in the value of their words that they expect you to do the work to hear them. The dark mechanism. This triggers a primal hunting instinct. When a sound is faint, we lean in, we focus, we silence our own thoughts to catch the frequency. By lowering your volume, you are literally hijacking the listener's nervous system. You are forcing them to enter your personal space to engage with you. The execution. The next time you are in a meeting or a heated discussion and everyone is raising their voices to be heard, do the opposite. Wait for your turn. Lean in slightly and speak just a few decibels lower than the ambient noise. Don't repeat yourself if they ask, "What?" Just look them in the eye, wait 2 seconds, and say it again at the same low volume. The result: you have just turned the power dynamic upside down. They are now leaning into you, both physically and metaphorically. You have signaled that you are the predator who doesn't need to roar to be feared. You hold their attention hostage. They will find themselves hanging on your every syllable, fearing they might miss a secret or a threat. Truth. 4. The false assumption trap, the truth extractor. The concept: if you ask a direct question, you invite a direct lie. How much money do you make? What did you do last night? These questions trigger the defensive ego. The person immediately prepares a curated, safe answer. If you want the truth, you must stop asking. You must start assuming. The dark mechanism. Human beings have an uncontrollable urge to correct others. It is a matter of ego. We hate being wrong, but we hate it even more when someone else is wrong about us. We will break our own secrets just to satisfy the urge to say, "Actually, you're wrong." The execution. Instead of asking for information, state a false assumption as if it is an established fact. Don't ask a colleague, "Are you looking for another job?" Instead, say, "I heard you're already in the final stages with that firm uptown. Congratulations." The shock of the specific but false information bypasses their lying filters. Their ego jumps to correct the details. "What? No, I only had one introductory call with them. It's not final at all." Boom. You now know they are interviewing. They just handed you the truth while trying to win a trivial argument about the details. The result: you become a human lie detector. By using their own ego against them, you gather intelligence that others spend months trying to find. Knowledge is the only currency in the game of power, and the false assumption trap is your ATM. Truth 5. Strategic vulnerability, the credibility hack. The concept: we are taught to hide our flaws. We want to appear perfect, strong, and infallible. But perfection is suspicious. When someone appears to have no flaws, our subconscious mind screams, "What are they hiding?" Perfection creates a wall. It doesn't build trust. The dark mechanism. To be truly influential, you must use strategic vulnerability. This is the deliberate admission of a small, harmless flaw to buy credibility for your larger claims. The execution. Early in a relationship or a deal, admit to something minor that doesn't actually hurt your authority. I'll be honest with you, I'm terrible at keeping my desk organized, or I struggle with remembering names if I don't write them down immediately. The result? By confessing a small truth, you signal to their brain, I am an honest person. I don't hide things. Now, when you tell them your big strengths or your major promises, they have no reason to doubt you. You have traded a 1% ego loss for 99% trust gain. You aren't being real. You are being strategically human. Truth 6. The petty inquiry, shattering the narcissist. The concept, narcissists and arrogant dominators thrive on their frame. They walk into a room expecting you to react to their energy. They want you to be impressed, intimidated, or annoyed. As long as you are reacting to them, they are in control. The dark mechanism. The way to destroy their confidence is not to attack their strength, but to distract them with something trivial. You must break their internal focus. The execution. When someone is mid-rant, acting superior, or trying to embarrass you, don't argue. Don't defend yourself. Instead, look at them with a look of genuine, polite concern. Wait for a micro-pause and ask a petty inquiry about their appearance. I'm sorry to interrupt, but is that a small food stain on your collar? Just wanted to let you know. Or, is your left eye okay? It looks a bit red. The result? It doesn't matter if the stain is there. The moment you say it, their focus shifts from dominating you to their own image. They will spend the next hour feeling self-conscious. You have shattered their frame and made them feel small without ever saying a mean word. You have turned the master of the room into a person checking their tie in every mirror. Truth 7. The glitch technique, breaking the aggressor. The concept. Public aggression is a script. When someone shouts at you in public, they expect you to either shout back, escalation, or cower, submission. Both responses validate their power. To win, you must break the script. You must glitch the interaction. The dark mechanism. Confusion is a more powerful state than anger. When a person is angry, their brain is flooded with adrenaline. They are ready for a fight. But when they are confused, the brain experiences a system crash. It stops the aggression to process the new nonsensical data. The execution. When someone is shouting at you, look them dead in the eye. Stay perfectly calm. Wait for them to take a breath, and then ask a completely unrelated, boring question. Do you happen to know what time the library closes on Tuesdays? Or, did you remember to feed your cat this morning? The result? The sheer absurdity of the question in the middle of a fight causes their brain to glitch. They will stutter. They will lose their momentum. And in that moment of stuttering confusion, you simply turn around and walk away. You have won the interaction by refusing to play the game. You are the architect. They are just the noise. These 7 truths are now yours. You can choose to forget them and continue living in the world as you wish it were. Or you can accept the world as it is. Power is not a gift. It is a discovery. You don't need permission to be dangerous. You only need the knowledge. Use these tools to build your armor. Use them to protect your peace. And remember, the quietest person in the room is often the one who knows exactly how the room is built. Subscribe to Cognigma if you are ready to stop being the prey. I am John. I'll be watching.